Welcome to the Ultimate SD Card Showdown. I'm now up to 16 different cards, hand selected, hand tested. Now these cards are all the best bang for your dollar cards. There's definitely cheaper, inexpensive cards that are, in my opinion, garbage. And there's also way high-end cards, which again, I feel like you might be paying for something you don't actually need. Now read and write speeds to me seem to be the biggest differentiators here. Read speed being really important for cell phones and the Nintendo Switch and the Raspberry Pi, but write speeds for especially if you're writing an image or you're transferring a lot of data on your micro SD cards. These to me are the defining moments of these particular products, and I've tested 16 of them for you so that when it comes to buying your SD card, you can use this guide and select the right one for your application. So each episode I do an unboxing and the in-depth test to show you what I did to each micro SD card. In this video, we did these 3 SD cards, but I'm going to go ahead and skip to the analytics, what everyone wants to see, the overall cumulative. If you want to see more about these individual cards, I put it at the end of the video. So if you want to do that, skip to the end or watch from here. Okay, here we are from an analytical perspective, starting with price. As you can see, this is the prices on Amazon. All these bottom 4 are a great buy for sure, especially for your everyday prices. They're good specs. They're good for the price. If you're going by price, the bottom ones here are great. I would skip over the Patriot and the Silicon Power, the PNY Elite, the Kingston, the Transcend, the Lexar, Samsung Evo Plus, and then above would be if I have a little bit of extra cash and I want something a little faster. Except for the verbatim. You're going to see that in just a moment. And as far as read speeds, as you can see, anything 43 and better is great. The Samsung Evo was really slow. But jumping up to the PNY Elite, you will see faster boot times, no lag whatsoever. Won't have to worry about slowdowns, things like that. I don't think you're going to see that with the Lexar either, but with an off-brand or Samsung Evo or generic, you may actually see some slowdown, and you're going to see 3-minute plus load times on your images, as well as if you're using it for a phone or something like that when you access your files and things like that. So as you see here, write speed is where you're going to see the biggest differences. As you see, the SanDisk Ultra Extreme just super excels in this category. If you're going to be writing a lot of images or deleting and re-adding things to your SD cards, these top 3 are the way to go. Now, as you see, the SanDisk Ultra averages around the 14, and most people have a SanDisk Ultra. There's some that are half as fast. This speed doesn't matter as much when you're actually in the games, but it really does matter when you're writing an image. I mean, especially if you're talking a 128 gigabyte image or something like that, you could be talking half a day versus an hour. And that's where you're going to see the difference here with these higher write speeds. So it's definitely worth a couple extra bucks to get a higher end micro SD card, especially for these write speeds. As you see, there's a varying degree, upward trend curve, if you will. Lastly, you have available space, and as you can see, there's a huge difference between 31 gigabytes and 28.8 gigabytes. I definitely pass on everything from the lone disk, from the Patriot, the Verbatim, the Kingston, and the Silicon Power, because I mean they really do kind of jip you on that space. I mean, a gigabyte is fairly significant when you're talking about 32 gigabytes. So do keep this in mind that the available space it does vary model to model, but you're going to notice that a lot of the ones at the top of this list are more name brand and of higher caliber as far as price and performance. So with all that said, I mean, this is another way to evaluate these SD cards. Now that you've seen the 4, I really do want to say that, I would skip on these bottom 4 total. I would not buy them. If I was to rebuy them, I would not pay for them. The lone disc I would buy. The PNY Elite I'd consider. The PNY Elite X is way better than PNY Elite. All the SanDisks I've been pleasantly surprised about. The Lexar and the Transcend, I'm kind of middle of the road with it. I'd go with them, but they're not my favorite. The Samsung Evo, although it's at the top here, it's again one card that I might overlook because it's not very fast. It's slow. It's very sluggish. But the Samsung Evo Plus and the Samsung Evo Select make for awesome SD cards. It's probably going to be 90% of you out there your go-to. Same with the SanDisk Ultras. If you have a little bit of extra cash, they do have a Samsung Pro. They also have the SanDisk Ultra Extreme. Those are the even better ones, but you're talking almost double the price on those. And unless you're going to buy one and own it for the rest of your life, I might do that. But if you're like me and you run through SD cards, stick with the Ultras. You'll be happy. You're not going to see any slowdowns. You're going to get decent speeds. and all is going to be well in the world. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope this shed some light on all the different options of SD cards over there. I mean, Class 10 cards are not made equal. Go with the name brand. Go with the higher performing ones. You will not regret it. Do not cheap out. It's not worth saving a few dollars. Take my advice. Back at it again. This time we have the Verbatim, the Kingston, and the Lawn Disc. The Lawn Disc saying it's high performance, up to 90 megabytes per second read speed, 10-year warranty. Up to 45 megabytes read speed, Class 10 Kingston, and up to 45 as well with the Verbatim Premium. Let's go ahead and check these out. This one came packaged with a micro, but you get this little Polaroid adapter, which is kind of weird, but that's how they come. Here are the back sides. As you can see, there's no way, it doesn't really tell you how to open this one. You'll figure it out on your own. This one you got scissors along the top, and this one you got a perforated area right there. All right, starting with number 1, we have the Lawn Gate. 32 gigabyte. Already I can tell you this is good, 29.4 gigabytes. Let's go ahead and format this anyways, and it formatted really fast. So 29.4 gigabytes out of 32 is really good. Moving along to the test, J drive, let's give it a roll. Wow, it says up to 90, it's doing 86, that's really good. Wow, that write speed though, let's just do this again, make sure it's consistent. I'm gonna go 84 and 57 for now. And then let's go ahead and start writing this to our J drive, Motion Blue version 5. Let's see how this rolls. Wow, and we're getting those speeds that it promised. Oh, we're dipping to the 20s. 18, 17. Okay, so once it gets moving, the real world does slow down a little bit. So again, one of those ones where the real world write speed is a little slower, but this is still really good. I'm gonna give this 17.5 write speed. And next we have the Kingston. I can already tell you right now it's not looking so good as far as space. 28.8, similar to our other, some of our lower end cards. 28.8. Yeah, see again, the speeds aren't so good. Getting mixed results here. So 59 and about 20. Let's start that one more time, just second test. Okay, faster this time, 68. So let's go ahead and bump that up to 65. But again, the right, a little bit of right error here, accessing the disc. It did hesitate. Let's do that one more time. Fourth quadrant back down to 12 average. Now let's give it an actual right test. I'm gonna guess about 12 is about right, but let's see. Okay, 16, but again, this is gonna drop. Yep, see, there it goes. Wow, so like it showed, it kind of drops. I think it's evening out though. I'm gonna give this a, 12.75 average. 12.75 megabytes right average. Next we have the Verbatim. People were telling me to check these out. They're really good. So far, not impressed. 28.8 gigabytes is fine. It's nothing horrible, but it's nothing great either. With the test, decent, 59. Wow. So it jumped, it's up and down. It's seeming very much like a Lexar to me. It's very jumpy. Okay, even worse this time, 16. Let's go ahead and put it to the actual test. So all three of these cards are very similar as far as write speeds. Let's do 70 write and about, it's a little higher than the last one. It's about the same though. Let's do 12.75 again. 12.75 on the right.